Well, if you happen to see my last video, it was this 2003 Suzuki Eiger 400, and it was running good. I took it for a test drive, and I got it back here. I was doing a little fine tuning with the carburetor, shut it off, and it never started again. So I've done quite a few things to this thing to get it running the way it is. It was running really good, actually. Needed a little bit more of adjustment on the mixture screw, and then it would have been all set. But yeah, so I parked it here. The reason I come over here was because I was checking out my apple trees. We planted these things a few years ago, well, quite a few years ago, probably 7 now, and first year with apples on it, so I'm pretty happy with that. Anyways, back to this thing. So, like I said, did a bunch of work, and now she's not running. It has no spark. Turn the key on. I know I got a plug in there. I didn't want anything to get in there, and I got another one here. Nothing. So I might have jinxed myself because on the test ride I took, if you were watching and listening, I said that the magnetos or flywheels go bad in these. The magnets come unglued, and then it'll mess up your firing, your charging, all that good stuff. And I think that's where we're at with this thing. I've tested it, so I think I jinxed myself. I don't know. I did run this pretty hard, and it's been sitting for years before I got it running. So I don't know if the glue became brittle, and then when I heated it up, I was running it pretty hard after you guys watched. I was testing it out, and I was getting onto it pretty good. Come back here. Like I said, I shut it off. I don't know if when it cooled down, maybe the glue kind of released itself, and now she doesn't spark. So one thing after another. Let's get to fixing. I've already had these unplugged testing, but I just plugged it back in so you could see that we have no spark. So, all right, we'll get to pulling it apart. If you're wondering why I'm not bringing it in the garage, it's because the garage is full. Yeah, right. Well, when bolts don't want to come, you pull out the grinder. There we go. Now, I already replaced the oil on this thing, drained it, filled it up, and I'm way over budget on compared to what I thought I was going to be. So I'm going to try to save what oil we have in here, and I'll tip it up on end. That way we can try to save the oil. Get her up. I don't think my chunks of wood are big enough. I can't reach it. Get over here. Okay. We don't want it going that way. and you hold for 2 minutes. That might work. Alright, we'll remove the shifter lever, or cable. Get the recoil out of the way. Looks like we were missing a bolt on there, which I still had to put a new handle on that recoil as well. Pop that out. So like a 14 for that. A little sticky. And we'll continue on. This is the speedometer housing here, speedometer cable housing. Pop that off. Believe 5, yes. For the oil hose here, because it is oil cooled, so it does have a oil cooler up front. No radiator for, it's not liquid cooled, air cooled, but it does have an oil cooler. Got that. Now we're ready to remove the rest. These out of here. That one's a little crusty. It's no problem working on the grass. A little harder to find the bolts if you drop them. When you drop them, not if. And we got one 12mm right here. That actually didn't even feel very tight. Now, hopefully, I can crack this case open here. There we go. Heard it pop. A little hard to, can't get behind it. Gotta be another, no, right here. Maybe if we just get back here and kind of pull. Or against the cylinder head a little bit. Yep, there we go. You never want to pry inside where the mating surfaces is. You'll definitely ruin it. A little bit of back and forth action here. Now I'm prying on this tab with the screwdriver, the hammer, and I'm just using my hand to pull over here. I think I got it pinched though. Yeah, I think we're good to pull it out. There we go. Now we just want to be careful. We don't want anything to fall out. Okay, I think we found our problem. So that magnet came unglued. Now luckily it didn't get chewed up. I've seen them get chewed up before, but that one just came unglued there. That would be the problem. You can see the glue or epoxy or whatever they use just kind of delaminates itself off from the stator itself. I mean, sorry, not the stator, but the magneto. And these are supposed to be evenly gapped actually. So you can see something else moved here because we got a huge gap there, a little bit smaller, and then these are almost touching. So yeah, obviously, and they feel like they're glued down. I'm thinking they probably heated up and they moved. This one came loosened up, but yeah, not good either way. So that kind of stinks, but at least, I don't know, I've done it before. I can't believe it just because I said that, but I think if the machines sit around for a long time and then they get fixed up and get beat on and heated up a lot, I think that's going to make the glue worse than if it was just casually driven, you know, for 15 years or something. I don't know. Either way, we're going to get a good flywheel on there and we should be back in business. And we need a 22 millimeter. Get that out of there. Because of how small the shaft is, I don't want to bend it. So I'm actually going to put this nut back on here. And I'm going to thread it in. And just leave a little gap here. Right there. Just enough where it can pop out. Alright, so now I'm going to use a socket. And it's going to push up against this nut now. Instead of right on the end of this very small thread here on the end of the crank. So we're going to put that there. And then we're going to install our puller. This just threads on. And now we can tighten that up. There. I can see it popped off. It doesn't seem like it wants to come all the way. But maybe once we get that nut off, maybe it'll slide right out. No damage to the threads, as you can see. Threads in nice. We didn't damage the end of this. And there we go. Popped right off. Nice. So now we got to get a replacement, which I already have. Now, as I was saying, it looks like these things had all became loose at one time. Oh, they are loose. I can move them. I was going to say they felt like I can't push on them, but with a screwdriver I can. Maybe that one I can't. But these two are definitely loose. This one has got to be loose. Yeah. So, as you can see, heated up, released the glue, and that's what happened. Now I have a good original, as you can see. This one, they're all spaced evenly. This one has never been undone. Now I'm sure somebody could re-glue that, but I wouldn't trust it myself. This one I think would probably be fine because it is an original, but then again, you're gonna have to worry about the same thing, so we're not gonna use this. This right here is an iron stator magneto. As you can see, it has a shielding. There's magnets underneath this, and then you have the steel sheathing right here, so they cannot physically fall out. They may be able to be unglued, I'm not sure. I've never been inside here, and they might move, but I think you have less of a chance with one of these, and it's not going to come out and break stuff. This one, I got lucky that it didn't actually keep running and break, but yeah, as you can see, these can come loose like the other one. So I do have this in an emergency use, but we're definitely going to use this one. Now before I put that on there, I'm going to remove all this old gasket, clean it up. As you can see, this is why I put a shop towel down. That way the stuff doesn't go inside. Makes cleanup a little easier. Alright, get that all cleaned up. Now we gotta do this side, of course. Alright. Go ahead and get our new gasket on there. We'll get our new flywheel on. Get that installed. Go ahead and get our case on. Looks good. Looks like the top ones are the long ones. Shifter is gonna go, where'd that go? Right on top. That was right there. Just go ahead and start these with the impact. Get them tightened up. Get these case bolts torqued. Forgot to tighten that up. Forgot to tighten that up with the impact, two of them. Alright, throw our nut back on there. You better not be doing what I think you're doing over there. Get our speedometer hooked back up here. I did turn the engine over, didn't I? So it's off a little bit. I got a little helper. We'll get our oil line hooked up. All right. All right, that and that. Now we got the shifter. That shouldn't have moved. All right, I think I can go ahead and let this down. So we can get some oil back up into the crank here. One chunk of wood, 2 chunks of wood. Set her down. We got to plug in our stator. One and 2. All right. Let's see what we got now. All right. I see spark. That's what we wanted. Don't worry about the random baby in the background. All right, let's get this, let's put that plug back in. She should fire right up. Still gotta put that recoil on too. All right, still gotta get another bolt for that one. Should fire up. There we go. Back in business. Ain't that right, Eva? Yeah. All right, well, I got it all back together. It's running great right now. Drove it up here. We always take this path. We're gonna go a different direction, give you guys a little bit different scenery, since how we already drove this on the usual loop. Hopefully it's good to go. Everything seems to be working good for now. Let's get on it and try it out. So, high range, 2-wheel drive. A little bit of a wet fall day. Better than that heat, I tell you. It's been hot. Well, lately it's been a little cool, but before, this summer's been hot and dry around here. Alright. So yeah, this is more of a normal ATV trail you're going to take. We see how it goes on that trail, because we took like an off trail that I usually do, and this is what you'll usually find if you join the club and drive on one of their trails. So this thing does have enough power to go. I mean, we're doing what, 30? I think most of the trails are going to be marked either 25 or 35 miles an hour, and I mean, you can do it. And with the amount of suspension, you know, you can go a little faster than this, but this is comfortable driving, I guess.
But, you know, the engine doesn't have a whole lot more than that. I mean, it does, but, you know, it's not a powerhouse. As we found out, I think we hit like 46 miles an hour. And I don't know if I had the GPS running or not. I think it messed up on me or something, so I didn't post it. But I don't even think it was quite 46. I think it was like 42 miles per hour on the GPS. Yeah. I actually haven't been on this trail in quite some time. I've been taking my R-Max to town because it saves me quite a bit of mileage now that the bridge is out. It's been out for a while. So just been taking the R-Max to town, but I got a little trail that gets back to the dirt road, and I don't really have to go on this. So usually, I mean, it just rained and it's so dry that stuff's already drying up. Like, it rained this morning. I think it rained yesterday, poured the day before, and we don't even have any puddles here. It's that dry, it just soaks up instantly. So what did I put on? I think I got like 8 miles on this now. So it definitely sucks that that happened. This was supposed to be a quick flip. Obviously, it's not gonna be a quick flip. You know, I picked this up for 800 bucks. I don't know. I probably got close to 15 into it, I would guess. Maybe not quite. Just parts alone, and you know, oils, gas, all that good stuff. But and I don't know. We're kind of talking to this guy, third party. I told somebody 1800, and he said he was going to let his neighbor know. And he left me a voicemail. I talked to him, but I don't know. It kind of sounded like he said he wanted to take it for 1600, which, boy, I'll probably just be breaking even, other than, I mean, not including my labor, but it is what it is. I mean, these things only bring so much. Maybe if I held off, you know, it's a clean machine. It runs great. Brakes work. Everything's updated on it. It's got the upgraded magneto now. So, you know, maybe somebody give me $2,000 for it. But this is a quick sell. It'll be gone tomorrow. Hopefully we just got mixed up and he's willing to do 1800. If not, it's gonna be 1600. As definitely an as-is sale. I'm not. If something happens after this, you know, I'll help him with it, but for the 1800, I'd guarantee it's going to be good for a long time. I usually do that with all my machines. People talk me down. Well, you're going to buy it as is that way, which they should be fine, but you never know. Look at that. I mean, I drove, I don't know, 5-6 miles around the loop, no problems, and then I beat on it a little bit more, maybe a couple more miles, and then the magnets let go on that flywheel. So you just never know. I mean, you never know. And I would have guaranteed this thing would, I mean, you just never know, but I would have thought it was going to be good anyways. But it's a nice little trail. I haven't been on it for a while. A couple more weeks, we'll probably have all kinds of colors on the leaves. They're starting now. Some have died just from the lack of rain this summer, but they are starting. We got some colors going on. Stuff like this, you know, downhill right now. No, we're just using the engine brake and no brakes are being applied. You can ride this without brakes. I would, but I hate selling them like that because you never know who's hopping on it. So it's always good to have brakes. They're fixed up. I mean, the front disc the rotors could have used replacing, but I just threw new pads on. It's gonna get by for a long time. And the back actually looked really good. It had new, I don't know what, it looked like somebody packed that thing full of grease, which is crazy. I don't know if they did or not, but that's what it looked like. And you know, it's a sealed drum unit. It's not supposed to have any grease or oil in it. Maybe a little bit of grease on some of your ends that pivot and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. See, like this, my side-by-side, you know, these trails are made for them or whatever, but oh yeah, a little rough. And I did come down it, and it was way smoother than this thing. But the side-by-side is just so big that it almost makes it not fun to drive through these little tiny trails. You know, you're trying to navigate through it without damaging your machine. They cost so much money to fix. Something like this is perfect. I mean, you could go a little bit bigger, but this is perfect for this type of stuff. Now, I'm kind of spoiled on some of the machines I've been on, especially the Polarises. They just ride nice. This one rides a little rougher, but then again, I've been on rougher machines, so it's not bad. If you want a nice cheap machine, this will get the job done. New York City taxi cab. What's going on there? We're a long ways from New York City. Stolen, maybe? Or somebody just painted it. Who knows? Anyways, we'll continue on. Yeah, I think we're gonna be good, and like I said, it sucks, but at least I know he's getting a good machine. I might have said that already, but that's what I keep saying in the back of my mind. It sucks it happened, but I'd rather happen to me than, you know, somebody else. See, there's a side-by-side, a little bit big. Using the hand signals, not a lot of people do that anymore. Oh man, I gotta do some riding. I got so much work ahead of me that I can't afford to do the riding, but I really want to get riding, especially. Oh yeah, we hit that a little bit, bounced off the plastic skid plate, but well, they're pretty tight trails. Might as well leave the lights on. The lights on these things, the Suzuki is, I think they've always done that, and then so have Cats. Of course, Cat always use Suzuki engines and stuff, so the headlights, like, you turn the key switch on once, that's on, and then one more time is the headlights on, headlights off right there, and then you get the high and low beam right there. So, but it's a good runner. I said that last time though. It always makes you nervous after stuff breaks down. It was nothing serious, and I kind of expected it, you know. But what are we looking at for time here? I think we'll head back this way here. Alright. And we got a little bit softer dirt now. This is full throttle, as you can see. It gets up there, but it's slow. 40, 42 maybe. Yeah, I don't want to hold it there for, I mean, you probably could, and it would probably be fine, but there's no sense at 35 miles an hour. It doesn't sound like it's screaming too bad. So prolong that engine life instead of bouncing off the limiter at 42 or whatever. It gets up to 40 pretty good. I actually ran in two-wheel drive the whole time. Did a little slipping going up, but these tires grip pretty good. They're like I think they're like a bear claw, kind of. 1,000 miles. I still haven't put a ton of miles on this thing, but it is what it is. As long as it makes it this time, it should be sold tomorrow. Oh, road closed ahead. Of course it is. Be nice if they ever fix that. Nice hole in the road. Alrighty. I could definitely drive this machine around. A lot of you are gonna say I'm crazy, but I prefer the nice comfy ride of Polaris Sportsman myself, but the Can-Ams ride great too, don't get me wrong. What else? Grizzly 660 would ride better. This, even like the Grizzly 450s or Kodiaks with independent, they're gonna ride better than this. Now you get into the straight axle, the Kodiaks or the Big Bear 400s, about the same. About the same. I'd say, like I was saying before, Honda Foreman 450, this is going to ride a little better maybe. The 500 Foreman, when they jumped up to the 500 in 05, that ride's pretty decent compared to this. So, it's all over the place. What do you expect for, you know, that kind of money? 16, I mean, I'm hoping 1,800 bucks, but it is what it is at that point. 1,800 bucks, run and drive a machine that's been fully serviced. You know, normally you'd buy a machine, and I definitely recommend servicing it, whether you take it somewhere or do it yourself, at least an oil change and all the differentials, because you never know. I bought them before. Front differential has been empty. As you can see, we're back on that same trail, or the same trail that goes to my house. But you know, I've seen the front differentials empty, the rear differentials empty, engine oil's almost empty. At that point, you're expecting problems. The front and rear diffs, I mean, it all depends. Usually you're gonna have to rebuild the bearings and seals at least in them if they're empty, but you can't check everything when you're there. I mean, you're not gonna pull, I mean, maybe some people do, but I don't. I check the engine oil, coolant, sometimes. Nowadays I check it more often than I used to, because I've been burnt a few times. But when you don't have a liquid cooled machine, you don't have to worry about checking the coolant. Oh, decent little machine. Used to be a big machine. Nowadays, this is a smaller machine. But, we can take it on a couple little other trails here. Not much gas. I think I got a half a tank or so. So like this, uphill, high range, you know, if you stop, let's see, yeah, a little bit of a bog, but you know, that's where you're gonna wear, you're really not gonna wear your outer clutch much. It's gonna be your inner wet clutch that's gonna get the brunt of the damage when you do stuff like that. It's not bad, but any machine you stop on the hill right there and try to take off in high range, I don't care what it is, you'll either get a little belt chirp, or you know, you can feel it slipping under load a little bit. just because it is a pretty good size hill, even though it may not look like it on the camera. But all right, we'll give her one little last hurrah. I'll make sure we make it back to the house, because you never know. I've done that before. Shut the camera off, tried to get back there, and it died on me. Or something happened, you know. Oh. This one is not getting added to the collection. See, that's a new project that I'll show you guys here one of these days. Yeah, everything here is mine, other than that Kawasaki Lakota that's still here, that the guy had me fix his Yamaha, the bike, the Yamaha V-Star, not a V-Star, whatever the thing was, and then that, and it's been here for about a year. Anyways, actually it's been here longer now. I think it's been done for a year, the bike anyways. Hope you guys enjoyed that little video. We got her running, we got her back to going. This thing will be gone tomorrow. We'll move on to another one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.